The Olympic-class ocean liners, a triumph of maritime engineering by Harland and Wolff shipyard, were to symbolise the pinnacle of White Star Line's fleet during the early 20th century. Despite the tragic losses of Titanic and Britannic, Olympic persevered, sailing on to a successful and illustrious seafaring career spanning 24 years. But by the 1930s, escalating competition, coupled with the economic downturn of the Great Depression, dealt a heavy blow to her profitability. And on April 12, 1935, the final chapter of Olympic's remarkable journey unfolded as she was retired from service and ultimately dismantled, marking the end of an era. Even in her dismantling, Olympic's enigmatic allure persisted, as her internal fittings were auctioned off, many of them embarking on a journey shrouded in mystery, scattered to distant corners of the world. Yet, amidst them all, Olympic's first-class lounge, nearly suspended in time, stands majestically preserved in Alnwick, England. So, what's the history of the Olympic first-class lounge? The White Swan Hotel, situated in the heart of the historic market town of Alnwick, Northumberland, boasts a rich legacy as a 300-year-old coaching inn. The hotel has seen numerous extensions and renovations throughout its history, with a particularly notable transformation taking place in 1936 under the ownership of Algernon Smart, who had himself been a frequent traveller on RMS Olympic. Upon acquiring ownership of Olympic's lounge, Smart employed a stroke of brilliance by using the ship's original plans to construct exterior walls that integrated the room seamlessly into the building's architecture. This thoughtful incorporation not only bestowed upon the hotel a tangible connection to maritime history, but also imbued it with an unparalleled sense of charm and character. Smart also acquired the D-deck banister from the grand staircase, along with the smaller banisters from the aft grand staircase, and even the revolving doors from the liner's restaurant entrances. The first-class lounge on Olympic mirrored that of her sister ship, Titanic, each meticulously designed and fitted by the same teams of skilled craftsmen and artisans. Constructed nearly simultaneously, these sister ships shared an incomparable level of elegance and luxury. The interiors of the ships were entrusted to the skilled hands of Alden, Heaton & Co., whose mastery in design adorned numerous White Star Line vessels. Many of the ship's interiors bore the artistic touch of architect Arthur Henry Durand. With a background in architecture from Brussels and having contributed to the design of the iconic Eiffel Tower in Paris, Durand brought a unique blend of European elegance and innovation to his designs for the ships. The ship's decoration was meticulously crafted by skilled joiners and artisans under the umbrella of Belfast shipbuilders Harland and Wolff, whether working in sheds at the shipyards in Queen's Island, now the Titanic Quarter, or sourced from external contractors. These craftsmen brought dedication and expertise to their work, ensuring every detail reflected the epitome of luxury and sophistication. The collective talent of 186 woodcarvers breathed intricate life into Olympic's fittings. Nestled amidships on A-deck, adjacent to the reading and writing room, the first-class lounge reigned as the personification of opulence within Olympic's public quarters. Unlike the smoking room, the lounge was accessible to both sexes, offering a welcome space for all passengers. The lounge was hailed at the time as a magnificent salon, earning accolades from many as the most exquisite room ever constructed aboard a ship. Intended as the central hub for first-class passengers during voyages, the lounge offered ample and inviting seating arrangements. Passengers gathered here to partake in various activities, from savouring tea and coffee to engaging in games, reading, mingling with fellow travellers, and indulging in the ship's live band concerts, creating cherished memories amidst the elegant surroundings. Embracing the lavish Louis XV decorative style, reminiscent of the grandeur seen in the Palace of Versailles, the lounge exuded an aura of unparalleled extravagance and refinement. The walls were adorned with panelling crafted from the finest English oak, and nestled within the intricate carvings lie subtle depictions of music notes and instruments. Ornate bronze decorative sconces and exquisite wall clocks adorn the apartment, elevating its ambience. The most striking feature of the room was a grand 49-light opaque glass and ormolu electrolia suspended in the centre of the ceiling with an exquisitely carved recess. adorned with sparkling crystals. This magnificent light fixture bathed the space in a soft, enchanting glow, complemented by smaller, equally elegant companions dispersed throughout the space. While no longer housed within the room, the massive oval electrolia, along with smaller ones from the lounge, remain intact to this day. They are currently located at Cutler's Hall in Sheffield, where they continue to shine brightly, serving as a poignant reminder of the enduring legacy of Olympic's opulent furnishings. Encircling the room, lofty windows extended beyond the deck above, granting views onto both the promenade and boat deck and the boundless expanse of the ocean beyond. Their upper panels embellished with intricate stained glass designs, keeping to the musical theme. The inboard stained glass windows are notably absent, leaving behind visible hooks and locks where they once stood. Writing tables, elegantly adorned with lamps, were strategically positioned within the bays to heighten passengers' convenience. The room's elevated ceiling, surpassing the boat deck level, imparted a great sense of grandeur and spaciousness, as well as allowing natural light into the room during the day. Positioned above this elevated ceiling was the compass platform, serving as a navigational point aboard the ship. The lounge boasted the finest furniture, adorned with exclusive and expensive carpets. Chic upholstered chairs, featuring intricate patterns, complemented by dark mahogany tables, adorned the room, accompanied by elegant lamps casting a warm glow throughout. The room was embraced by 4 expansive bay windows, partitioned into individual alcoves, providing passengers with intimate and cosy spaces to revel in the opulent atmosphere. Upon closer inspection of the room's intricacies, a discreet steward call button is revealed, offering a convenient way to request assistance, seek information, or order refreshments as desired. At the forward end of the lounge, beneath a large mirror, stood a grand and elegant marble fireplace, crafted from light grey marble, containing an electric heater. A small statue of Artemis of Versailles gracing its mantle, the fireplace served as a captivating focal point, adding a touch of classicism. Artemis, a prominent figure in Greek mythology, was the counterpart of the Roman goddess Diana. Born to the gods Zeus and Leto, she shared a divine lineage with her twin brother Apollo. Renowned as the chief huntress among the gods, Artemis wielded a bow and arrows, much like her brother, using them to mete out punishment to mortals who incurred her wrath. Additionally, she held domain over childbirth, nature, and the harvest, embodying the multifaceted aspects of life and fertility. The statue adorning the fireplace was discovered and photographed half submerged in the seabed amidst the debris field of the Titanic wreck back in the 1980s. It was originally securely bolted to the fireplace, emphasizing the tremendous force and violence that the lounge endured during Titanic's tragic sinking. Its discovery a substantial distance away from its original location underscores the sheer magnitude of the disaster and the immense power unleashed upon the ship as it descended into the depths of the ocean. However, its presence is shrouded in mystery, as it mysteriously vanished thereafter, eluding any subsequent sightings to this day. There is much speculation within the Titanic community regarding the fate of the statue, with various theories circulating among enthusiasts. Some suggest it may have been clandestinely raised, and now resides in the possession of a private collector, although this remains unsubstantiated. More likely, the statue remains where it was discovered in the 80s, perhaps buried beneath layers of sediment on the ocean seafloor, as shifting currents gradually concealed it from view. Interestingly, the original statue now resides in the Louvre Museum in Paris, immortalizing its connection to the ill-fated ship in the annals of history. At the aft end of the lounge stood a striking curved bookcase fashioned from rich mahogany. Within its shelves lay a vast array of classic novels and contemporary periodicals, each adorned with a distinctive white star line binding, available for passengers to browse and borrow at their leisure. Periodically refreshed with new editions, the collection ensured a diverse selection of reading material throughout the voyage. Beneath the bookcase, cabinets housed a variety of games, magazines, and newspapers, providing further entertainment options for passengers to enjoy during their journey. Behind the bookcase was the concealed boiler casing for the third funnel. On each side of the casing, 2 wall-mounted cabinets beckoned with an enticing selection of candies. With the allure of seafaring and the esteemed reputation of Olympic, the ship attracted numerous famous personalities aboard its decks. Renowned figures such as Charlie Chaplin, Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks, and Prince Edward graced the vessel with their presence. Other notable passengers also included millionaire Mrs. Brooke Astor, married to Vincent Astor, son of John Jacob Astor, who perished in Titanic's sinking. Mrs. Brooke Astor and her son Anthony sailed on Olympic in 1929. Given the ship's illustrious guest list, it's quite possible, if not likely, that many of these luminaries once found themselves within the confines of this very room. At the entrance to the White Swan stands a revolving door, originally fitted to Olympic's first-class restaurant entrance at the aft end of the lounge. These doors were not part of Olympic's original design, but were later added to both ships when it became apparent that they were necessary. The purpose and functionality of the revolving door extended to facilitating traffic flow, regulating air movement, dampening sound, and containing smoke. Open daily between 8 AM and 11 PM, the lounge would typically be locked at night for security. On the fateful night of Titanic's sinking, the lights in the lounge were extinguished and the door was locked as usual. After the iceberg was struck, the door was unlocked, and many passengers sought solace here during those tragic hours. The 8 members of the band had already retired for the evening, but upon learning of the unfolding tragedy, they hastily donned overcoats and mufflers and made their way to the lounge. Despite the late hour and the dire circumstances, they courageously began to play, providing a source of comfort to the passengers. As the night persisted, the majority of first-class passengers boarded lifeboats, and the musicians relocated to the boat deck and continued to play, their music serving as a calming presence amidst the chaos of the sinking ship. The lounge was utterly destroyed as the ship broke apart. Countless wooden fragments were released to float to the surface, while metal fittings were strewn across the seabed. The presence of Olympic's fittings in the White Swan Hotel provided crucial clues for oceanographer Robert Ballard to identify the origins of identical fittings found in the debris field around the wreck of Titanic. An archway from Titanic's lounge was recovered from ships from Halifax, Nova Scotia, during search efforts for bodies, and is now prominently displayed at the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic. This particular piece was famously featured in James Cameron's iconic scene in Titanic, where Rose mounts it to survive the sinking. For those passionate about history, captivated by the tales of the Olympic-class liners, the White Swan in Alnwick is an unparalleled experience, not to be missed. As you savour your freshly prepared meal, you're transported back to the opulent luxury of the great ships, enveloped by an authentic ambience that evokes the golden age of ocean travel in all its splendour. The staff at the White Swan Hotel are not only incredibly friendly, but also exceptionally knowledgeable, fully understanding the significance of the room's ongoing existence. As we lament the absence of all 3 beloved ships, it's heartening to witness such a treasure preserved in such immaculate condition, serving as a poignant reminder of their enduring legacy. While it may not always be apparent, some possess the foresight to recognise the significance of artefacts around us and take decisive action to preserve these treasures. Their dedication ensures that wonderful pieces of history continue to enrich our lives for generations to come.